pennies in a stream.
Well, greetings, everybody. This is Ricardo King coming to you today from Wisdom Speaks to You, and to sort of share some information with you and to give you a greater insight on what we're doing. I hope everyone is well. Life is what we make it, of course, and we all have to work very hard to make it better for us all. We all have to be independently capable of handling our own business, and many of us do have our own businesses, and we really don't have to go out and work for others. Many of us have created skills and abilities and that kind of thing that can take us on throughout life, and that's a good thing. Even college, school, or whatever it may be, or having certain talents and abilities to do things that will make us independent so that we can sort of set our own goals and have our own perspective on how we want our lives to be run. Well, Wisdom Speaks to You has been mentioned for some time now over the last 3 years, or should the last 3 years. And what is going on is that we are pretty much putting the word out. We're not looking for donations or anything like that. We're looking for contributions. We're looking for people that will be a part of Wisdom Speaks to You in a big way. We are a family. We're a melanated family. And we are only interested in melanated people, if you will. Every organization, every race, every group of people have a family, and we too have a family, and we need to nurture that family and to make it better for us all, and we need to prosper. We have nothing really holding us back. We're sitting on wealth, and that's individual wealth put together, pooled together, that will really make us wealthy overall. And that's what we're about. If you go to Wisdom Speaks to You, and if you will please subscribe and wait and listen, of course, each week for something new to come out and explain to you more about what we're doing. There's been some information that you can sort of go back and recap on what it is that we're doing. I am the spokesman for Wisdom Speaks to You, and there are various members that we have that are all listed on the Facebook page and explains exactly what they're doing. There's a lot of research being done. There's a lot of mind involvement. My basic involvement is law. That is what my expertise is. That's what I went to school for. It's what I do in part. But I'm also an entertainer, performer, and I've been that for some time. I've worked in the movies and things like that too over the period of time, but I spend more time now with the music, and a lot of that can be found on YouTube, and it can be found also on all of the major outlets, Spotify and all of the other ones as well. Tidal can be found on Amazon and Apple Music. There are a couple of albums that I have out now, and a lot of that, the finance from that, goes toward Wisdom Speaks to You and what we're doing. We're looking for 1 million people to be members. That's right, 1 million people. Now, there are many ways to attract 1 million people, but we need word of mouth. We need sharing information and letting others know. In the United States, we have over 40 million melanated people. But we're only looking for 1 million to begin. Now, 1 million in itself of people will allow us to set in a situation where we have financial contributions that come in each month. And with that being done, on paper, we can show you. You can do it yourself. You can multiply. You can do whatever you choose to do. Use a computer or use a calculator, and it can show you exactly what our worth is as 1 million people. That's basically 2 times 500,000 people. And we can be reached. because there are enough of us in the United States, even in other areas of the world, but most importantly, within the United States, we have that available to us. Now, I spend money for various things. I have a certain diet. There are certain things that I like, certain things that I buy, certain foods and fruits and things like that, and I try to do as much organic as possible, considering the fact that we are not really getting the kinds of foods that we really need to nurture our bodies. A lot of the food that we'll get is substandard, and we need to get away from that. We need to make sure that ourselves and our families are healthy. Very important, extremely important that we keep our health together. Health and mind and body all are connected, and when we have all of those spiritual concepts together, because we are spiritual people, we were born spiritual people. We are the original people, and many of us really are not aware of that. We haven't been taught over the years because so much has been kept away from us from the schools, and we have not been taught generationally. I mean, we're talking about mothers, fathers, grandfathers, grandparents, going back and back and back and back from the time that we first arrived in the country of the United States as slaves, or not as slaves. We weren't slaves then, but we became slaves, working for free, working to help build a country, in which we did, but we've never been compensated for it. And as it looks, after all of these hundreds of years, that it may never happen. If it does, that's fine. But we cannot rely upon that happening. We have to build right now, because we have our offsprings, we have the present moment and the future ahead of us, and we must take advantage of that opportunity now. We have not done it. Many other groups of people have, races of people or groups of people have contributed monies together and pooled their resources. And as you see, they own banks. I'll use the Asian people, for example. In every town or every city, there's a group of people that have something because they've pooled their resources together. Churches have raised a lot of money, but in black churches per se, most of that money never gets back to the persons that are members of that church. It's a group within itself, a church is. And they have a right to be able to raise funds, as we, as Wisdom Speaks to You as a group, have the right to raise funds. No one can stop that. It's not illegal, there's nothing wrong with it. But it is what you do with those funds that make the big difference. You see, if we take the funds and use it in a way to create wealth for ourselves, then we're doing something worthwhile. And that's what Wisdom Speaks to You speaks on, and you can find it in all of the information you find on Facebook, and as well as on YouTube now that we're there, that you'll be able to go in and absorb this. But we want you to become members with us. I mentioned before that many of us have expertise, many of us have schooling, many of us have abilities. No one has the same ability necessarily. Some are trained or some are learned. However, each of us, we all have a special quality and a special abilities. And when we share those abilities among family, our melanated family, then we all benefit from it. We all become a part of the same one entity. No one is greater than anyone else. No one is greater. I'm no greater than anyone else that is a part of this organization, but we are taking together our good, logical intelligence to make it happen. Now, out of the monies that I spend yearly, the monies that I spend monthly, weekly, whatever, I spend them on quality as much as possible. Now, I will use for an example $20 and $30. $20 and $30 is not a lot of money. And many of us, we smoke, We buy certain drinks, liquor, cigarettes, or whatever, and many people smoke herb. There's a lot of money being spent on that. And as you know, there's a lot being made from it now. And there's the ability to invest in that as well. And many people are doing that. It's become legal in many, many areas of the country. And it's becoming more of a resource. Into the billions, people are making money. And people are utilizing the herb for whatever situations that they need it for recreation or for medicinal, or to be able to keep their health together. Some people need it so that they can feel better. It's an herb that can relieve a lot of aches and pains, and many say it can cure. Well, anyways, we spend a lot of money on whatever it is, even on pharmaceuticals, which is not so much good for us. Herbs are better, and there are certain herbs that are really, what you say, are based on vegetables and fruits, those kinds of things, which are better for us than, say, the types of pharmaceuticals that we get. And pharmaceuticals and the big business of that is tremendous. We spend a lot of money on those things to keep us going. But if we had plant-based herbs and things like that to keep us going, we'd be better off. We need to work toward that. The better types of foods that are plant-based, rather than a lot of the meats and things that we consume, and certain things that we really don't need to consume that are not really healthy for us. We need to get closer to that. A lot of people have problems with that. They may not want to change their diet or anything, but it is helpful. It's very helpful for better well-being. We need that. We need exercise and so much more. Well, speaking about the $20 and $30, now $20 and $30 is not a lot. If you take $20 a month or $30 a month, that's not a lot of money. But we spend much more than that on candy bars. We spend it on coffee. We may go to, the coffee shop that charges you enormous amount of money for a cup of coffee. Starbucks, right? It's a lot of money. And when you're spending that kind of money on coffee every day or whatever, it goes beyond $20 and $30 a month. But with Wisdom Speaks to You, what we're looking for are members. We're looking for people that are part of our membership, as there are memberships with other groups. And a membership organization can raise tremendous amount of money because you have money coming in from all of the persons that are involved. But with Wisdom Speaks to You, and like other organizations, no one wants to put money in something and never get anything out. We go to church, we put money in, and most of us get nothing out of it. We just put the money into a church fund. Nothing comes out of it for us. But with Wisdom Speaks to You, everything is transparent. Everything is documented. So the objective is to get 1 million people. Now, that's a lot of people in one sense. But there are many ways of doing that, and that's what we're working on. We want to be able to have as much as contributions of $20 and $30 a month, which is either more comfortable for each person. But 20 and 30 is what we want. Now, the reason for that is so that we can build a fund. Now, if you take and multiply, for an example, if we're able to get, and that's what we're after, at least 1 million people out of the 40 million and greater that we have in the United States, 1 million is only a fraction of it. So small. But that's what we need, consistent contributions of $20 and $30 a month. But with that $20 and $30 a month, it goes into the fund. And you have access to that if you chose, for any reason, and it's all documented, it's all in documentation. If you chose for any reason not to want to continue as a member, it is written in print. Whatever your contribution, it would be returned to you immediately. We know that won't happen because our purpose is what's important, because we're trying to build a fund that will increase our wealth. So the $20 and $30, your decision as to whichever you'd like to, but we want it consistently every month. It's basically only $5 a month for $20, or I should say $5 a week for $20 a month, which is very small. But with it, if we had a fund, we wouldn't need to depend upon any other entity to help us, because if you will multiply that, I'm just going to use for an example, for 1 month, if you just multiply, say $30 a month per 1 million people. Don't say it's impossible, because it is possible. And that's what we're going to do, because it's going to help us, and we're going to show you how and how important it is to have 1 million people contributing $30 a month. Now you multiply $30 a month times 1 million. It's fairly simple, because you're saying 30 times a million. That's actually $30 million a month. That's $30 times 1 million people. $30 million a month. That's a lot of money. But in that fund, it remains in that fund for the purpose of all of the members, through voting or through consensus or whatever we should decide, because we're all equal, to use that money to develop ourselves, develop our families, and to have it reciprocal. In other words, what you put in, you will get a shared part of that back. When we reach our goals, and we can surpass 1 million people, but with 1 million, we have 30 million per month. Now 30 million times 12, if you multiply that even, that's an unbelievable wealth. That's a lot of money. But if you do that times 12, that's for a whole year. So multiply that. That's 12 times 30 million. With that kind of money, we can take care of a lot that our members would never ever be able to accumulate. That kind of money, we can take care of a lot of things that can be done for each member. You have family, you have the desire to have a home, car, education. All of that can be really paid for. Now, we got a lot of people, athletes and people that have done wonders in giving monies to persons to go to school. And that's great, because they have an enormous amount of money. They have created wealth for themselves, and they can help in a big way, and they do. But we as individuals can help ourselves, and we can help our family as well, and we can do the same thing. It's not impossible to do, and that's what we want. Now, with that money being reciprocal, meaning that it comes back to you if you should ever decide, well, say you put in that kind of money for a year. If you multiply $30 a month times a year, it's a little bit of money, right? Maybe you want to take a vacation. Maybe you say, no longer want to be a part of Wisdom Speaks to you for whatever reason. That's your choice. It's given back to you because it's a fund anyway. So if you put it in, you get it back. There are no restraints. Everything is transparent. You can get it back. But if you left it there, and we are able to really reach the goals financially that we want to, and if you think about it, how you take that kind of money and you share it among the members, it would be much greater than the amount of money that you would get in a year. Enormous, in fact. And we would be able to do so much more. You can buy a car, you can buy a home. We can invest that money in the mainstream of corporate structure, if you will. And we can get back even greater monies, because in a world of business, you can invest money into certain things and you can get money out of it. We could build structures, we could build places, we could help the homeless and teach them how to have a better life for themselves as we too grow. We can do that as a melanated family. We can do that, and we should do that. Because our children are going to grow up, our offsprings are going to grow up. They're going to need that, and we're all going to die one day. But that money can go on and on and on to be able to take care of your family and to prosper. That 40 acres and a mule money that many of us are trying to get hold of, well, that may come, but I wouldn't count on it. But we can do this now with what we have, and it doesn't take a lot of money out of our pockets. $20 and $30 a month from each of us is not a lot, but collectively, you count the numbers that you multiplied and you see how much money we have there to share among our members. Everything is totally documented, and none of the money is touched before we reach our goal. But it can be given back to you should you need it for any reason or you don't feel that you need to be a part of it. But if you get it back, you will not be a part of what will happen when we reach our goal financially and we share that money among ourselves, and to be able to help the homeless people build structures, invest the money so it can grow for us. Other organizations have been doing it since the beginning of time. Other races, Asians, even Mexicans, or Hispanics, if you will, Jewish people, Caucasian people, they do this. This is how they are wealthy, because they work together. We need to love and understand and trust each other, but not only that, we need to let transparency in itself be a way of making sure that what we put in, we get out. Trusting is great, and we need to trust each other. But do we trust our oppressors? Do we allow them to use us? And they do. They use us and have been using us. They continue. They manipulate us in so many ways, through the media and through so many other ways. They reap the benefits. So I'm not going to go on too long because I don't want to take too much time of your time. But I want to let you know what we're up to and what we want from you. But not only that, you have an expertise, and we want you to be a part and a contributor to Wisdom Speaks to You with your expertise as a member. We're all the same. We will help every member in accumulating the type of life insurance they need or estate planning, whatever it is that any member wants. They can get it free of charge because they are members and contributing members. And they can get that information that will help them to secure their family and their lives as we're building this fund. So it's no scam. It's nothing like that. It's no pyramid type thing. It's only a membership club that's building a fund that is going to help us all and to prove to you that we can help ourselves. This is what it is. Very simple. But we can also contribute as members. We'll be in communication by phone or even gathering together. And everybody's particular amounts of money that they contribute is documented, and that information is sent to you through the mail so that you have a copy of it, so you know exactly how much your contributions are each month, and that can be returned to you as mentioned. Totally transparent, nothing holding you. We just need participation because we as a people, as melanated people, we have not contributed together and worked together to make things happen. We haven't done that, and we need to do it. We need to know that this is how things work. In the world, there's nothing. You get nothing for free. Nothing is for free in the world. You have to give. And even your life, at one point in time, we all will have to leave here. So that's the price that we pay for living. But we want people to be a part of this. We have numbers that can be reached, and you can call us. All of that is on the YouTube and also on Facebook. The numbers that you can call to reach us and speak directly to us, to set it up so that you can, in fact, find others that are part of your family and friends that can be a part of what we're doing with Wisdom Speaks to You. We need every melanated person that we can get to at least 1 million people, and it's going to grow greater than that. But it just shows you that we can take these resources, pool them together, and we can benefit from it. The $30 and $20 a month is not going to hurt you at all, but it'll be there for you. It's a savings within itself, but it's a savings and a fund that will grow greater to be able to take those funds that we have collectively, and we take that and make it grow so that it can help us throughout our lives. And if you multiply those numbers, you'll see how much money that is. That's right. And mom and pop stores are great. You know, everybody needs to be in business, but in this way, we're all in business together. Mom and pop stores, they have to have customers. And only corporations really make tremendous amount of money, to be honest with you. Mom and pop stores are fine. And if you hit the lottery, if you could ever do that, you'd have an enormous amount of money. But how many people hit the lottery? So we need to create a lottery, which is not a lottery, but it's a membership club that's going to raise the kinds of monies that lotteries do. But it's not going to be like the monies that you put into the lottery and never win. If you count the amount of money you put in the lottery, it'll surpass $30 a month or $20 a month. And if you go back and try to count that up, you'll see how much money you put in that particular lottery or whatever, hoping to win. But we don't have to hope to win. When you put things in there that are tangible and you have a plan and you have it organized in such a way, it's not a gambling thing. It's a sensible, it's an investment in yourself and in your family. We want you to be a part of that because we need you. Because with it, we're all going to grow. I'm going to grow. Every member is going to grow. You're going to grow. And at the end of the day, or at the end of the year, you think about how much money we'll have to individualize and separate. We can help our families so we don't have to want for anything. We can actually have a home, a car, college paid for our children and things like that. We don't have to look to the government or anyone else because they're not going to do it. We can do it ourselves. It's simple. You know, collective money together is very powerful, and we need to do it. So with that being said, there will be much more, but we want you to take advantage of the numbers and things, and we want you to get involved. We have also something that will be explained to you. One of our members has a business, and it has to do with imported oils, body oils, and this kind of thing. Whereas each month, our members will receive a specific body oil that they will have for themselves. Very good. The fragrances are fantastic, and they come from all parts of the world. But each one will be a marketable commodity that you could either sell yourself. While we're building this fund, you can take that particular commodity and sell it if you like. And you can benefit from that as well as being a contributor. So it's reciprocal. We're trying to show you how it's done. But each month, through your contributions, you'll receive the oil of your choice to be able to sell it or to keep it and add it to your variety of oils, but all types of oils and fragrances and those kinds of things that will be helpful. But you also have the services also. If there's any specific information that you need having to do with estate planning or legal aspects and things like that, that will cost you quite a bit to hire an attorney to at least learn about it. We're not representing you, of course, and many of the people that are involved are within the legal field and in marketing and so forth and so forth and so on, that are able to help us to grow. But that information is provided to you if you like it. as a member. So you don't have to wonder about how to do a certain thing legally or whatever. It can be given to you. We won't be representing you as attorneys or anything like that, but we will give you the information that you need. You may have an inquiry. Whereas if you went to an attorney, you'd have to pay a lot of money per hour to get that information. So, anyways, I'm coming to you from the real, from straight out and straight up. This is Ricardo King, and this is from Wisdom Speaks to You, and I'm just giving you the information that you need to know and what we're up to and what we're doing. Nothing illegal. Everything is up, transparent-wise, straight up. So, until we talk again, it's good to be able to talk with you now. So please subscribe. Go to Wisdom Speaks to You on YouTube and also on Facebook and get involved with us. You have nothing to lose here, but so much to gain. And it's what we should be doing as a family of people. Of our melanated family, we should be doing this. It's well past due. We should have been doing it for years. And there are many organizations that have membership clubs and things, but we have a unique one, completely transparent, that we can grow from. All right, until next time, see you then, all right? And thanks so much. Do subscribe, do call us and get involved with us. Let us grow as a people. We need it more than ever. Okay? Talk to you next time.